Hi, we're
The Mouse Couple, and today we're going to give you our review of the Turf Club at Disney Saratoga Springs Resort.
So let's get started. This restaurant was a first for both of us, and as Robbie mentioned, the Turf Club is located at Saratoga Springs. It's in the main check-in building. You kind of have to go past the quick service, artist palette, and turn down a hallway, and then you're in a lounge, and then all of a sudden there's the Turf Club.
Yeah. Fairly small restaurant, but there seemed to be plenty of reservations available when we booked it kind of last minute, and several tables that were just empty as well. Let's go right into the food. So first things first, we start with some bread. This was their house-made rolls that kind of have this some like rosemary and garlic
Parmesan, chocolate parmesan. Their house-made brioche is what our server said.
And then the butter was topped with a
black salt,
black lava sea salt, something like that. Which I will say the butter was a very nice consistency, very spreadable. I really enjoyed the rolls.
I'm not a bread lady, but I was very hungry, so I ate 2 rolls.
Yeah, they were very soft, very flavorful. Yeah, really enjoyed those. And then as for the drinks, we got drinks too.
Yes, we did.
So I ordered the mint julep because this is a kind of horse-themed resort, horse-themed restaurant. So figured I had to go with mint julep, especially since I'm a bourbon fan. So the mint julep is Woodford Reserve bourbon muddled with fresh mint and agave nectar. This one, I will say, is very strong on the bourbon. So if you are not a bourbon fan, or just like maybe you might like it, probably not. You have to like bourbon to like this one. Very strong.
If you've just heard of, oh, mint julep, I've heard of that.
Yeah, you might want to rethink that decision. I thought it was very good.
Unless they love bourbon.
Right. Very good, very strong. The sweetness of the agave nectar was at the bottom, so the last couple sips were very sweet. But this drink, I think, was a good size, and being as strong as it was, kind of decent for like value for the price. This one was $16 and basically just like a cup full of bourbon with some ice in it. So I couldn't complain. Very good. And then what did you get?
I got the Blue Jockey. I asked our server, between the Millionaire's Margarita and the Blue Jockey, what do you recommend? And she said, I'm actually underage. And I said, okay, well then what do your friends recommend? And she said she'll ask the bartender. So ran off to talk to the bartender, came back and said he said the Blue Jockey would be good. So I got the Blue Jockey.
Yeah.
And it was mango rum, blue curacao, watermelon, Minute Maid premium lemonade, shimmering with pearl dust. So it was blue and sparkly.
Yes.
It was just super sweet. It was smaller than I expected, but as sweet as it was, you couldn't have chugged a whole big thing of it, if you know what I mean.
That's true.
Just because it was super sweet. The pearl dust was a little weird.
Yeah, it kind of separated a little bit. So looking at it from like across the table, you could see that it was a separation.
There were some layers
of the liquid in the pearl dust.
My drink had layers, like a parfait.
But flavor-wise, yours was pretty good, very fruity. Mm-hmm. So can't complain with that. Just it was very sweet, and could not taste the alcohol.
It was fine. That was the thing. The drink was fine.
Yes. And then moving on into the entrees, we did not get an appetizer today or dessert. Just drinks and entrees.
Tons of bread.
Yes. So moving on to the entrees, what did you get?
I had the crispy boneless chicken. It wasn't super crispy.
Yeah, it wasn't.
To start. That was the main. The chicken itself was very good. It was chicken thighs, so it was a really like. It wasn't dry, because sometimes with chicken it's like you're sawing dry chicken, which is a party. But it had a lot of mushrooms in there, and I knew that going in, but there was like a large slab of what we think was mushroom.
Yeah, the server wasn't even really too sure.
She said that she was new and thought it was mushroom but didn't know, because it was just like it looked like tofu. At first I thought it was chicken, and then I was like, I can't cut this, it's super tough. So yeah, at first the sauce over the chicken was a lot, but I got used to it. The main thing for me with the chicken is it was fine. It's not something that I would want again necessarily if I was at the restaurant and that was the only option, because the menu here is fairly limited.
Yeah.
I would probably get it again, but not because I loved it.
That's fair. So I got the braised lamb tagliatelle. This is a braised lamb shank with house-made tagliatelle pasta, peas, crispy potato straws, whipped goat cheese, and a sherry gastrique. I loved mine.
They really liked the sherry because that was the sauce on mine. Was a sherry
Jus on yours. So yeah, I think flavor-wise of the sauce, ours were very similar. I loved everything about this dish. The sherry, I think, paired nicely with the pasta and the lamb. The lamb was a ton of lamb. Like my plate was basically just a pile of meat with some pasta. So I wish there was some more pasta because it was house-made pasta. It was very good pasta.
Yeah.
So would have liked to have some more of the pasta itself.
I'm agreeing, but I didn't try his, so
But the lamb itself was very good, very, very rich, not too gamey. If you're hesitant about like, oh, it's lamb, I don't know if I like that, I would give this one a try because it wasn't too gamey. It's kind of along the lines of like a kind of short rib flavor-wise with the sherry gastrique. The one thing that I wasn't a fan of was the goat cheese with this one. Luckily, it was just on the side, like kind of like a smear on the plate, which is a bit odd. But that kind of overpowered the sherry gastrique of the pasta and the lamb. So I didn't touch the goat cheese as much. I prefer just the sherry gastrique, but loved mine. Would get it again in a heartbeat. Very rich, very flavorful. So, and a fairly good deal because mine was 28. Yours was 25.
I thought the portions were small compared to other Disney restaurants.
True.
So, and I mean, you said you wanted more pasta. They gave you plenty of protein, but,
right. Not that they were too small, like we left hungry. We were definitely full.
But you would not have leftovers.
Yes.
Like, it is not a place where you could walk out with a little to-go thing.
Right.
Not that everybody does that on vacation, but...
This is true. But, yeah. So overall, what were your thoughts?
I really liked the bread. The drink was fine. It was like definitely drinkable. And my entree was fine. The basic thing for me is it's like with so many options on Disney property, this is not one that I would go out of my way for in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
I mean, you would be more apt to because you liked yours,
yeah.
Or really liked yours. Mine was, I've had a lot better chicken around the Disney property.
True.
Or vegetarian entrees. So, and I know I don't eat much meat, I don't eat any red meat, so I'm always the one on the menu going, there's not too much there for me. And I'm not even vegetarian, so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to try it, if you're staying at Saratoga, sure. Otherwise, go to Trattoria El Forno instead.
Right, and that would be kind of what I would say is I would definitely go here again if I were staying there because it's such a limited menu. I mean, looking at it now, they have prime rib, salmon, filet, pork chop, a vegetarian entree, which is a pasta, the lamb, and then the chicken dish that Hannah got. And because it's so limited, I don't think that it will please everybody in a party. So if you're staying there,
I mean, everyone would be able to find something. But would they be excited about it?
True. So I don't think it's worth going out of your way to go to Saratoga Springs just for this restaurant. But it was very good. I really enjoyed what I had. I would go here again for sure, but still not going to be like top 5 restaurants for me. There are definitely some better ones on property. So would go here again. Would probably get the same thing again.
I would eat their bread.
Yeah.
And get a cocktail. Maybe I'd be happier with just a salad and bread. Is that a great healthy choice?
Why not? It's vacation.
I mean, salad, yeah, but just loading up on bread.
It's vacation. So, yeah. Figured we'd give it a try. It was at one of the few restaurants on property we haven't tried before, and had an open evening to
It had
try
opened
something
recently.
new. Yes, it just reopened, I think, last month.
February 3rd, I think?
So just about a month ago, because this is, when is today's date?
March 4th.
March 4th. So just about a month later. And yeah, very, very good so far. That may change because, you know, Disney likes to change up their chefs every now and then, so who knows. But worth giving it a try if you are staying in Saratoga Springs or just thought that any of this sounded good or looked good. So that'll do it for our review of the Turf Club at Saratoga Springs. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
See you real soon.